Hello everyone. So in this video, I'm going to show how you can create this floating like animation and this color changing effect on images. So let's get started. I have an empty project and I have imported the image into assets slash images. So let us map it in our pubspec.yaml and so we will import our whole images folder, and our images folder are located inside assets. Let's hot reload. So our pub get will run, and what we will do, we will first remove all the comments. I'm using an extension here, and let us remove this my home page, and here we can create a page like detail page, which will be a stateful widget, and under this we can create a scaffold. Let us give it a color. So here I am giving a slightly black color. Okay, so this is done. So let's add const here. Now what we can do, we can create the body and it will be center, child will be column. In children we can create image dot assets. So let's locate our assets. So it is in assets images and the name of our image. So assets slash images slash black dot png. Let's say okay. So the image is there. Let's move to it. Let's move it to center. So we will give main axis alignment uh, dot center. So the image is there. Now let's create variable for our animations. So first of all, we will need a animation controller, which will be animation controller. And we will also create a animation. It will be a slide animation. Now we will initialize both of these variable in init method. So let us first initialize our animation controller. Okay, so here animation controller. Now we have to provide the vsync here and duration. For duration, I'm giving here milliseconds of 500. Basically, half second, and we can provide here const. So here we are getting an error. It is saying that we have to okay. So we have to add here with single. Okay, the error has been gone. Our controller is initialized. Let us also initialize our animation variable. So it will be a twin animation. So let's add it. And in begin, we will begin with the offset 0 by 0. And in the end, we will move it a bit slight to like 0.04, something like that. And twin offset can't be assigned to a okay. We have to add animate, and here we have to provide the controller. We can add const here Here also. Now let's wrap this widget with slide transition and add the required position to this slide. Okay, the argument animation dynamic can't be assigned to animation offset. Okay, we have to declare here that this is the animation type. For safety, we can also define here in the twin. Now let's save it. Okay, we have to hot reload. Still our animation is not working because we haven't uh, started it. So what we will do, we will want a reverse animation or repeat. So take a future, what we can do to get an animation controller, we can use double dot. And if I reload, okay, it is looking like something like this. What we can do, we can add reverse, hot reload. It is better. I think the offset is way too more. We can add like something 0.04. Okay, fine. This looks way much better. So our first step is done. Now we will add this color switching thing. So let's create a class for our product. And here we will have an color and string path. So let's generate the constructor. It's dot color is dot path, and this both will be required. Now what we can do, we can create a list here, somewhere here. So it will be list of product, and here we can call it as product color and path. So color will be let's pick it from their website. For blue, dot this. Let me do it quickly. Okay, so our product list has been initialized. Now let us create a variable int and current index equal to 0. So we will start with our 0 item, and what we can do here, we can pass the products and then current index, then path. Okay, first we have the blue item and it is there, so it is working fine. Now let us add these three buttons. So what I will do, we will create a size box of height of 100 and Below that, I will create a row, and in this I can generate like this dot generate. I can provide the products, the length of the list, and we will map each item to a container. So the color will be products slash index dot color, and let us also give it a height like 50 and width also 50. Okay, we got our three color here. Let's align it to center. So main axis alignment and main axis alignment dot center. Uh, Centered, and let me also give some margin. Let insect dot symmetric horizontally 10. Yeah, works for me. Now let's wrap it with a gesture detector so we can add a on tap method. And in this, what we will do, we will assign our current index to index, and we will do this under set state. So if I do, okay, if you see, this is looking good, but uh, it can be better. So what we can do, we can wrap this widget with animation switcher. Let's format it first. In this, we have to provide a duration which will be a constant, and the duration will be, let's give a higher duration like 10 seconds to see how it is working. So still it is not working because it isn't able to identify whether the child widget is different or not. So what we can do, we can provide a key, and this will be a value key. We can pass the same path because we can pass the path because for every image this path is different, or we can also pass the current index because every time the index will be different. Now, now if you see, it is looking like the image is changing its color. If I go to black, so it is looking pretty good. So let's change it to milliseconds, and I will give around 500 milliseconds. Okay, now it is looking way too good.